What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now it's finally time to unbox one of the main cases for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and that is the TechWoven case directly from Apple. Now I'm super excited to test this out. I've had this case sitting in my drawer for quite a while waiting to unbox it. I've not actually felt one of these cases and don't really know how they feel on the iPhone at all, so I'm very, very excited about that and excited to share that with you guys. But we are on our way to 1,500 subscribers, I believe around 1,350 right now as of filming this. So if you guys enjoy these videos, please make sure to like the video so it can reach other people like yourselves, and then subscribe so we can hit that goal of 1,500 by the end of the year. Thank you guys so much, and now let's get into the unboxing. All right, so you got typical Apple boxes, very clean all the way, and then just the product on the front and a little bit there on the back, you know, nothing on the sides or anything like that. And then you got your normal Apple pull tab. Go ahead and grab that. And then the drawer just kind of comes right out from the box right there. And you can hear that. It's really, really interesting feeling case. We'll have to get more into that. And then taking it out, just a little bit of paperwork. Nothing really else inside the box in typical Apple fashion. All right, and here it is, the TechWoven case. This one is in Sienna. I grabbed it because I thought it would go well with the orange iPhone. I did kind of want the green one to do like that Master Chief looking feel, but decided to go with Sienna just for the oranges. And I kind of like this whole darkish clay red vibe as well. It's almost gives off a terracotta feel. But initial impressions, the back is very interesting feeling. I know they have like a new woven. They totally changed it from their woven last year, which was just atrocious and pretty much bombed. So this one's supposed to be more durable, more scratch resistant. Let's just test that out right there. Seems to be pretty good. And kind of a nice grip. Don't really hate that. The inside is kind of like that same feeling, just like the other side of the weave. And then obviously you do see the MagSafe fully integrated buttons all the way around, and the camera control that's integrated as well. All right, now let's take a look at the bottom of the case. You do have the two sides here for the lanyards. Now I haven't bought a lanyard, just don't feel like wasting the money on something I'm not going to use to test out something that everyone knows kind of what it does. But you do have two lanyard holes depending on what side of the body you're going to wear it on. And then you do have pinhole cutouts for the speakers. Would have loved Apple to do full cutouts, but it is what it is. And then a USB-C port that is pretty much average size. It's not going to fit your biggest USB-C heads, but it's going to be fine for pretty much any normal USB-C cord. And then we can take a look at the back here on the camera plateau. It does kind of have a beveled kind of edge inner there where it doesn't just go straight up. It kind of slants up, which is kind of a nice touch. And then on the edge itself, you do have kind of this plastic ring to end the TechWoven. It does look shorter than most, so I guess we're gonna have to check that out and actually see what that is. And then in terms of the sides, now they are not fully connected. The woven back is connected to this plastic and then to the camera button and the other buttons. So we'll have to see how this does in terms of longevity of the case coming apart or not, since it is kind of two different pieces and Apple is not exactly known for the highest quality of cases. All right, well, let's go ahead and get the case on to the iPhone 17 Pro Max there. Super easy to slip on. Does get that MagSafe look, and it actually, the color matched the case's color, so hopefully I was able to get that on the camera there, which is kind of cool and a nice thing to see. Initial impressions, it fits extremely well, goes on very easily. And the grip and feel is pretty nice. Now the edge of this kind of feels like almost like a 3D printed plastic, if you've ever felt that, where it kind of has those grooves and those layers. I'm not saying that this is 3D printed, but just kind of has that feel. And then the TechWoven aspect of it is grippy, but not grippy at the exact same time. I have confidence holding the case, but I don't exactly have the utmost confidence that it's going to be grippy all the time. I don't really know how to explain it. It's not ungrippy, but I would just go and hold one at the Apple store if you're wondering about the feel of it. It definitely feels good. It doesn't feel weird or anything. Just doesn't have, it's not grippy, but it's not grippy. if that makes any sense. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at, let's do a pull test here on each of the sides. Very, very good, very strong, even super strong at the top and bottom. So 10 out of 10 on pull test. Looking at the sides here, you do have a little bit of raised edge to protect it, just in case it falls flat on its face there. But if you do have a screen protector or anything on your case, it is going to be pretty close if you know, if it goes above that edge or not, and then you might need to be replacing your screen protectors a little more, just if you drop your phone with this case on it. Let's take a look at the buttons. Very clicky, very responsive, have absolutely no issues. Kind of like this kind of glossy look for the buttons, a little bit darker than the case color itself, but still goes really well with it. And let's just jump into the camera button. Now, since this is a Apple case, I can only assume that the camera button is going to be really good, and it is. It is fully responsive, absolutely no complaints there, and honestly, this is the best camera button that I've tried, but that makes sense coming from Apple. Now, let's take a look at that camera plateau. Now, you do just get the flat edge right there, as we normally see, no over plateau protection. You can't get those kind of protective cases or screen covers separately if you want to. I don't really worry about that. But then let's take a look at how much this lip goes over the camera lens, and it's actually not a lot at all. So I kind of was right thinking that it was a little bit shorter than most. You don't really have a ton of space from the edge of the plateau cover to the actual lens. Now, if you drop your phone flat like that, I'm sure it's going to be fine because it does go over. But if there is any sort of pebble or anything like that, even the smallest thing, you could potentially scratch or shatter one of those lenses. So because it doesn't go above that. So take that with a grain of salt. If you like that, if you don't like that, if you want a little bit more protection, or if you don't, it's still going to be protective, and just laying your phone flat on a desk or anything, it's not going to like scratch it by moving it around, or whatever you're going to do with that. So it is fine. It is what it is, but just not the tallest plateau protection that we've seen. And then let's go ahead and look at MagSafe. We got our normal Taurus MagSafe ring. Plop that right onto the case. Go ahead and give that a little bit of a bounce test. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the biggest or the strongest MagSafe, but I would say it is mediocre or average and on the good side of average. So let's just kind of give that a little bit of test. So being able to twist it, everything like that. It is a little bit easier to twist, but that's just because of the fabric and the TechWovenness, which isn't a big deal. But then just putting it on and being able to pull it off is fine. I maybe don't have the utmost confidence to put a wallet on the back of this case just because of the material that it's made out of and being able to slip and slide off, but you could. You're probably not going to lose it, but don't come back to it and put a comment there saying you did lose it if you did put a wallet on there and it slipped off. But I would have a decent amount of confidence there. So pretty good MagSafe, normal MagSafe coming from Apple. Now, I don't know if the camera is going to pick this up or not, or if I'm going to have to edit this out, but it does look like the ring gave a little bit of residue onto the back of the case. Let's see if I can like wipe that off, or if that's going to be a constant. So it does seem like this kind of woven can stain depending upon what material you put on it. Now, this is like just a metal with a open magnet on the back, so maybe that's kind of doing a little bit, but I guess it is rubber on the bottom, so maybe the black on the rubber is doing it. Not really sure, but let's see if the camera can pick up that kind of dark black ring. So maybe this case is going to be a little more susceptible to staining or getting scratches or anything like that. But I mean, I did the scratch test earlier and it doesn't seem like it's going to scratch. So maybe just a little bit of staining for magnets or metal or something like that. But from a normal everyday basis, it's going to be fine. And if you have like a leather case or a leather wallet or plastic wallet even, I highly doubt you're ever going to get any real staining there. I thought it was just weird that I could see that on this after one use. Now let's just go down to the bottom here. You know, your two lanyard holes there on each side, pinhole cutouts for the speakers, and then your USB-C port, which isn't the biggest, but let me know down in the comments if you think that is good enough or if they should have made that a little bit bigger for some different cables. All right, so then what am I gonna give the Apple TechWoven case on the happiness scale? I'm gonna give it a soft 4. I do think that there are things that need to be improved, including the camera plateau being raised up a little bit more. I would have loved to see some full speaker cutouts. MagSafe could be a little bit stronger. And then just the uncertainty of the durability of Apple cases. You know, you never truly know what you're gonna get with them, and having this be 2 parts and 2 pieces put together, maybe in a year or two, it could start falling apart like some of the other Apple cases does. I do really love the texture and especially the strength and fit of the case. That's definitely a 10 out of 10 there, and the buttons are fantastic, including the camera button. So just a little bit of gripes on it, soft 4 there, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and if you did, please leave a comment down below on if you think you would pick this up or what other cases like this you would like for me to review. And again, we are nearing 1,500 subscribers. That is our goal for the end of the year. I believe we're at like 1,350. So hit that like button so other people can see this, and then subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.